Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Lara Vale, star of the movie Culprit. Join us as we delve into Laura's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here with us, Laura.
Thank you for having me. Much appreciated.
It's a pleasure. So,
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about your character in Culprit?
Yes, Lucy is a character who's estranged from her family because her sister got murdered when she was a child, and she thinks the man who has been imprisoned is not the one who killed her sister, and her family thinks differently. So when he's released from prison, there is even more of a divide in the family. So they find out that she really believes that he's innocent. They don't. So there's big problems in the small town of Texas where it takes place. So, and she's very, I think, knowing that I studied families whose family members had been murdered in real life, listening to interviews. And so she's rather traumatized by it. And a lot of sadness carries it, and guilt and wondering. And so she lives a bit of a lonely life,
Interesting.
but she's been toughened by it as well.
Good. And
So
what initially attracted you to your role in this movie?
I do like playing psychologically complex characters. I enjoy that. Ones that are dealing with maybe some tragedy. Uh, they're not just one note. I like that. It was not, I didn't really see myself in this character when I first read the script. And then the director said, no, you can be this. And then he started describing the character. And the more he described it, the more interesting she sounded. And I said, oh,
Mm,
now I get it. That's what she's going through. And that really intrigued me. And I said, yeah, I'd love to play this. So,
that's
uh,
amazing.
yeah. So,
And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating for the audience?
okay, good question. I have an answer because we've shown it to a selected few people. It comes out uh, the 28th of February, next week, by the
Yeah,
way, to everybody. Um, Everyone who has seen it says that they're on the edge of their seat through the whole thing, guessing who is the killer, right? That's why it's called Culprit. Who's the culprit? So everybody starts guessing, and it everybody's like, well, was it that person? Was it that person? I really thought it was that person midway. And so it really keeps the audience involved. And I think it's exciting, and there's tension. They really managed to build the tension. So it's exciting for an audience. And they are also thinking when they get out of the theater about it.
amazing. What was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
I enjoyed working with the cast thoroughly because we chose people who most of the cast had studied with the same teacher throughout many years. So we all studied with a man named Larry Moss, and we picked the best actors we could. And we all spoke the same language. So we really were trained and really came from the same place in developing characters and relationship and telling a story. So it was everybody was very much in just telling a story, serving that. Nobody was a diva or had any kind of attitude, and we're all working actors. No one was coming in as a movie star, right? I'm better than you. These are all people who do TV and stage, and then the I'm a little bit biased because the director is my fiance,
Oh,
and but he is a wonderful director and very he used to be an actor, so he really does well directing actors and getting to real depths with actors and being very patient and kind. And so I think everybody appreciated that. And we have a motto with our production company. It's no jerks on set. So if you're a jerk, you're out.
Yeah, great.
Don't need any drama.
Yeah. And what can you tease about your character journey?
What can I what?
What can you tease about your character
Oh,
journey?
okay. Well, not to give anything away, she has surprises with her family. She goes on a journey with her family and the relationships, especially her relationship with her mother. And she uncovers information about her family relationships.
Yeah,
And she also uncovers a lot about her relationship with the lead character.
amazing.
So, yeah, so there's a real journey there. So that grows, it changes. And I think that's also captivating to an audience. It's not just a let's just shock you, kind of thriller. It's a lot about very deep relationships. And I think people get the humanity of that.
That's
So,
great.
yeah.
The last question about this movie. What was your favorite scene or moment while filming it?
I think, well, there were a lot that had to get cut because they were very much more relational. And we had to make a decision between, is this a family drama or is it a thriller? And we chose thriller. So we had to chop a lot. The ones that were in the movie, I think my favorite scene was with my mother because the actress who plays it, Carolyn Manini, is such a fantastic actress. And even when we were rehearsing it, it was just so alive and we could go anywhere and we were so fully present with one another. And that's fun when you feel safe with another actor and they're very much present with you.
Yeah,
And you know your relationship very well of your characters, and you can go there with them. And nothing is off, kind of off, out of bounds, so that was really fun. And not all of it stayed on screen, but that was the most fun, I think. Yeah.
that's great. So, change of subject. This is a question I ask to all the artists I have the pleasure to talk with. What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career and why for you?
And why? I love to laugh. So, and I love doing comedy. So I think one of my favorite memories was doing Two and a Half Men because the writing was so good. You rehearse for 4 days and then you do it in front of a live audience on the last day. And I love doing it live because I'm from the stage. But I would look at the rehearsals every day with John Cryer and Charlie Sheen, and then the writer Chuck Lorre, he was one of the head writers, and all the changes that they made when they would improvise. And they say, oh, this joke works or this joke doesn't work. And so I'd sit there and I'd watch them. And it was really interesting to see how they carved out and made something more funny. And then I got to be a part of that. I got to, learn and grow. And there were a lot of laughs on set. And it's my kind of humor. It's a little darker humor. And I got to perform in front of a live audience, which I enjoy. It's a reminder of stage because that's where I'm from. So, yeah, I think that would be the answer to your question.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, the last question, usually for me, can you tease us something about your next projects?
Yes, I can. We have two projects coming up. One is a dark comedy. Again, we decided to do a dark comedy, which is a very kind of futuristic, wacky, um, it's pretty wacky. It's out there. It's a script my fiance wrote about 8 years ago,
Yeah.
and that'll be coming out before our next thriller. We're just about to go into shooting our next thriller, which is like Culprit, but it's at a bigger scale.
Oh.
So it keeps the audience involved. It's a whodunit, and it keeps that the audience, and it's even more grisly. And we're looking to I don't think it takes place in a different state, and but I'm still in it. I play a different kind of character, and yeah, that'll be another fun one. It's just like Culprit, but it's really on a bigger scale, but just as exciting. So
That's great.
yeah, that should be out next year. So we hope to film it in like a few months. So
Great.
another one will be done in July, the comedy.
So good luck.
Thank you. Expect more thrillers and dark comedies from Good Rebel. So,
Yeah,
and
great.
hopefully you'll be able to see Culprit on the 28th on all the platforms, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Fandango, Google, and YouTube. So
Yeah.
I hope you get to see it.
Please watch it and make sure to quote Culprit on
Yes.
all on VOD. And thank you, Laura, to join us today.
Thanks, Desiree, for having me.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
And
Bye.
thank you all for watching. Bye.
Bye.